Okay, so I want to talk about something that I feel like a lot of people kind of just brush off as like a grown-up problem, but it actually affects way more people than you think. And that's the housing affordability crisis. Not just in Canada, but like globally. Because cities everywhere are dealing with this right now. So here's the thing, rent has gone up way faster than people's actual income over the years, right? So here in Ottawa, for example, the average rent went from about 992 a month in 2014 to 1600 a month in 2024. And that's 61% increase in 10 years. Meanwhile, people's wages only went up about 46% over 15 years. So the math is just not mathing because you're making more money, but it's not keeping up. And for a lot of people, that gap is the difference between having a place to live or not. In Ottawa right now, there's close to 3,000 people experiencing homelessness, and that number has gone up almost 80% since 2018. The shelter system is running at 81% over capacity, and there's basically nowhere to put people. And it's not like affordable housing is just sitting there waiting. There are over 15,000 households on the wait list for subsidized housing, and the average wait is 5 to 8 years. In some buildings, the wait is 19 years. This doesn't hit everyone equally either. Indigenous people make up about 2.4% of Ottawa's population, but 19% of people experiencing homelessness. That's a massive gap, and it's not coincidence. It's the result of years of systemic barriers. 56% of homeless surveys respondents last year identified as racialized. They identified as racialized. And somewhere between 25 and 50% of people experiencing homelessness are also living with a mental health condition. Homelessness makes that worse, not better. Now, here's what a lot of people don't think about. Keeping someone in stable housing is actually way cheaper than the alternative. Supportive housing costs around $72 a day per person. Psychiatric hospitalization costs $486 a day. So like the argument here that we can't afford to house people doesn't really hold up when you look at what we're spending on the consequences of not doing it. The city needs more affordable units, like thousands more. It needs traditional housing for people moving out of shelters. It needs real policy changes around zoning so developers can actually build denser housing near transit. And mint, it needs investment in indigenous-led housing programs specifically, not just general solutions that don't fit everyone. Some of this is already starting to happen. Ottawa had a pretty big jump in housing starting in 2025, like housing starts starting in 2025. There's a new zoning bylaw that allows denser builds, but the number of people at risk of homelessness is still projected to go up by 20% by 2035. So whatever's being done right now, it's still not enough. The point of this video isn't to make you feel bad, it's just that this is a solvable problem to a certain extent, and in Ottawa's situation at least. While other cities have made real progress on this, some have, some may have not, some situations may be even worse, like severely worse than Ottawa's, but some have probably made a lot more progress in Ottawa, and that's fine. But we need to recognize that the first step is people actually understanding what's going on. So yeah, that's the housing crisis. Thanks for watching.